Too busy getting paid, got no time for niggas to the pay. I got way too many moves to make. How you want the cake, but don't wanna bake? How you wanna race, but don't wanna chase? This Henny got me, don't get it twisted. My attitude, I'll slap a bitch if I have to. These bitches got me fucked up. So just shut the fuck up. Might just get you fucked up. This Henny got me fucked up. My attitude, I'm fucked up. These bitches got me fucked up. So just shut the fuck up. Might just get you fucked up. This Henny got me fucked up. My attitude, I'm fucked up. These bitches got me fucked up. You just shut the fuck up. Might just get you fucked up. My anger built up on speed. Gonna lose your vision, gonna lose your feet. Gonna have you crawling, gonna have you weak. Where the blood at? Let me go and get a leech. Something like what you do to me. Always get your hand out, begging me for cheese. You are rare, we already know who you eat. Switching up quicker than the way you move your feet. I break up bills, I pull out weed. Don't let the beats come out of me. That's how I make you bleed. Don't wanna see, don't wanna hear. My stay ringing in your ears. Something you don't wanna hear. I tried to tame it, you know. My attitude, he fucked up. Yeah, he fucked up. These bitches got me fucked up. Please just shut the fuck up. Might just get you fucked up. This Henny got me fucked up. My attitude, I'm fucked up. These bitches got me fucked up. Please just shut the fuck up. Might just get you fucked up. This Henny got me fucked up. My attitude, I'm fucked up. These bitches got me fucked up. You just shut the fuck up. Might just get you fucked up. Might just get you. I lost hope. Even myself in the dough. Always get up, never give up. Picking my feet up, I go. I never lost hope. Keeping myself in the dough. Always get up, never give up. Picking my feet up, I go. Hard to climb. Leaving foot behind. Starving but I was fine. Nobody hit my line. Nobody on my side. Sleeping alone. Nobody stop my shine. God always on my side. I was embarrassed. I wasn't in check to check. Now I'm living on my best, hoping star. Man, I gotta pay them bills. Yeah, I gotta rebuild. I got living, give me chills, so I pray. Yeah, I made it. Brand new day. Yeah, I made it. Brand new way. Happy day. Yeah, I made it. Another day. Happy day. Yeah, I made it. I don't play. I just pray. I just pray. I remake.
You're gonna go right after the song.
Hope in May. I never lost hope. Keeping myself in the dough. Always get up, never give up. Picking my feet up, I go. I never lost hope. Keeping myself in the dough. Always get up, never give up. Picking my feet up, I go. Don't you give up, it's how you get up, how you stand up. Don't you give up, it's how you get up, how you stand up. Don't you give up, it's how you get up, how you stand up. Don't you give up, don't you give up. I never lost hope. Keeping myself in the dough. Always get up, never give up. Picking my feet up, I go.
All right, welcome back to No Filter Radio. It's your girl Just Blaze. I got Copyright with me.
Yep. How's
What's
it
good?
going?
Even though we've been talking all morning.
Right?
Tell everybody where you're from.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm from Brunswick, Georgia. I'm from the south end of Georgia right now.
Where's your accent?
What you mean? Oh, the country accent? You want me to come on like,
Accent. Where's that finna? I was hoping I was gonna get a finna. I'm finna tell you right now, you know what I mean?
I'm glad I ain't got that accent. That's
so
a
when did you move up north? You came up to where? To
younger. That was when I was younger, when I was born. And I came down here and I was about 6, 7 years old. And now, I mean, unfortunately, I've grown accustomed to South Georgia now. It's kind of hard to leave, but at the same time, I'm ready to go.
When was the last time you went out there?
Yeah, there's nothing down here. Like, even the music scene it's really just trap music a lot.
Yeah.
And that's not my kind of platform. I mean, I don't mind, conforming a little bit, but not to the point where if I need the city to rock with me, I have to do trap.
Yeah, your music definitely doesn't sound like you are someone who comes
Right?
from Georgia. I'll tell you that much.
Right, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I would have never in a million, like if I would have never read your bio, I would never in a million years would have thought. For aside from the accent, not having your accent, and then just hearing the way you rap, never in a million years. Never. And that's not a bad thing. I don't want you to think that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, like even people get
kind of confused people, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're expecting you to come out with some trap shit, some drop it like it's hot type shit. And when you hit them with these real bars, it's like, oh shit,
Right. I know it's crazy. Like they just automatically assume, they're like, oh, this guy, he's from South Georgia. Like I've been to New York a couple times and I've done some shows up there. And when they hear I'm from Georgia, they automatically expect like, hey, yo, oh, he's probably gonna do some trap music. And I get up there and I come with bars. They're like, what just happened?
Daddy, she's talking to you. Answer her.
She's getting drug out the room right now, mommy.
Nah, I gotta ask you.
Baby, she's a daddy's girl.
I know she's beautiful. I love watching kids. Like I literally like watching babies on Facebook. It may sound weird, but I like watching them because, especially if I'm friends with people that have like small children, because when you wind up being friends with people on Facebook for a long time and you don't realize it, and the next thing you know, their kids are like freaking, it's like you watching their kids grow up. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah. It's wild. They grow up fast, and
oh my God.
I'm lucky with the kids that I got. They like my son is actually he's working on being a producer right now.
Really?
And
how old is your oldest?
His first record. He's 9. Well, no, he's 10 now. He just turned 10. So, and he made a dope. He produced something real dope. I was shocked. He did like a Russian violin type feel to it, and
really?
I was like,
did you push him into that? Like, did you get him, or was it something that he just wanted to get into on his own?
He just wanted to learn on his own, and he sees how much I have passion for music, and then so for him, it just he came accustomed to it. He started asking, "Hey, can I go to the studio? Dad, I can't wait till I get older so I can go to a show with you." All kind of stuff.
Dope.
So it's just,
you're inspiring him. That's dope. It has to stem from from home. At least I feel your kids. You should be your first children's inspiration.
Oh yeah, more than anything.
My son told me I inspired him, because I just literally just asked my son. I'm like, who inspires you? Like I never asked you that question. My son is about to be 18. I'm like, I never asked you who inspires you. He's like, you, Mom. I'm like, no, seriously, who inspires you? He's like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, yo, you're gonna make me cry. Don't do this right now. All right now.
All right.
Nah, but seriously, like your kids should be the first. You should be the first people that your kids look up to. Is she there? See her.
Yeah, you want to say anything?
Why am I looking like this? Like, hi, beautiful.
Say hi.
Chicky.
What's her name?
Lyric.
Ooh,
Nice. No worry. I see you.
That is me. That is Daddy.
Me steady.
Yeah, she's definitely a dancer too. She's all in.
No.
Okay.
She wants her 15 seconds of fame. Don't be cheating her. So how is it balancing daddy life and music life?
That's the hard part, like, I mean, because the missus, she's a Forex teacher, a big Forex teacher. And so, there's some weekends where we have to separate everything. Like, she'll go out one weekend to do a big convention, and then the following weekend, I got to go somewhere and go do something big, like a festival or something. And then sometimes our schedules clash. Yeah. And that's the biggest problem we have, and that's trying to balance out regular life with being a dad and then having that regular corporate 9-to-5 job, which I hate. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't like working for corporate America, and and they don't understand when it comes to music. They don't really understand how much it means to you to be inspired by music. They just look at you like, get to work. You know, that's how they look at it.
Yeah.
And
They
so that's how
downplay it
I'm
a lot.
trying to. You said how old am I?
No, I said they downplay it a lot.
Oh yeah, they do downplay it a lot. They do, and that's because they're stuck to it. You know, that's what they're used to, and it's just like that's how it is, and that's how it has been for a while. You know, life has came to where it's like, hey, you need to work, pay your bills, and die. Like that's it. But when I found this outlet of music, you know, it made me want to do so much more, and for me to inspire other people to say, look, you don't have to do that. You know, what you think you can do and what you really have a passion about, you can do it. And I've shown that to people. I've done shows in New York. I've done tours in New York. Well, until this COVID situation happened, I was about to do the Arizona Hip Hop Festival this
Oh,
year.
nice.
They're postponing it. So, and then even now, you know, I have a very great feature in the works with King Crook from Slaughterhouse.
Nice.
And that was something I wanted to achieve, you know, and it's
Yeah.
slowly coming together more and more. And that's why it just goes to show, you put in the effort, you put in the work, you can do anything you want to do.
Yeah. The grind is based on you and how much you put
Yeah.
into it. You know what I mean?
You got to invest in
We
yourself.
all,
If you don't
we all
invest
have
in
24
yourself,
hours in a day. You know, what you do with your 24 hours is what you do. But you can't say, oh, I couldn't do shit if you didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, how does that work? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a $9
It is what it is.
microphone and $20 speakers.
Yeah, yeah. That's
How
what it
that
was.
work out for you? I know. Listen, I understand the struggle. I understand when you just have to make do what it do with what you got.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely tough. You know, I just like at that moment, my mom was gone. My mom had passed away, and that's when music started coming into play.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden it just started coming out. I think the first beat that I ever wrote on was One Blood by The Game. And I literally sat this little microphone right next to speakers on the computer. And of course I burned the CD. You didn't hear no bass. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I was like,
but you made something.
Yeah. And then I finally found a studio here in my city, because we're a small city. We're like a 20-mile radius.
Right. Oh my gosh.
To find somebody that was doing something and had a nice, decent studio. And then that first year, I'm not gonna lie, I got my taxes back. I spent all $7,000 in studio time.
Wow.
So,
oh,
just
you know
to perfect
what? Listen, I respect that, because there's some artists that won't even spend $20 on themselves.
They don't. They really don't. Like
But they want to bitch and moan about them being stagnant. Then they want to bitch and moan about being stagnant and being in the same place and not having new followers, or you know, why nobody's copying my music, or why I only got 10 streams and shit. And it's like, well, your work speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm constantly seeing you.
Yeah.
I'm not tired of seeing you, but I'm constantly seeing you. And no, seriously, but listen, I say it all the time. You have to stay relevant, especially in these times. Stay relevant.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be to a point where when I see you, I'm like, all right, cool. I see Copyright. Like, it's nothing out of the norm. I'm like, he's putting in work. That's how I see it.
Yeah, definitely.
He's grinding.
I tell people all the time.
You're not there posting like bullshit ass memes is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you're not talking about bullshit. I'm noticing that every morning you're doing these dope posts with these questions and stuff like that. I think that's really dope.
Yeah. You know, like I've been really getting into that because, you know, that's been something and it's crazy because it's gonna be in the works with my new project, my actual. I just dropped my EP, but I'm doing my album, which is going to be called Reverse Psychology. And then so doing this thing kind of called therapy session every day on Facebook, and I'm getting into people's mind.
No, I think I lost him. Hold on. I think I lost connection with him.
It's gonna be something that we can definitely do.
Right.
Like, I'm actually in the works of making a song right now called White Privilege. And instead of saying like, you know, oh, I'm white, which I'm really not, but my dad's from Iran, my mom's from Italy. So, but to the normal eye, I'm a white guy.
Right.
And so instead of saying, black folks, I understand y'all. I understand y'all. Instead of saying that, I'm here to say it from a different perspective and angle and say, yo, this is what white people need to hear also. It's like, hey, this is what we can get away with. But imagine if I was black, you know, like, and me being in an interracial relationship, you know, I do see it a lot. And so starting off with something called white privilege and saying it from a standpoint like what kind of crimes I can commit, but also I get less time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do it from that perspective so both sides can see it to be like, wow, he put it in a different way. You know?
No, yeah, I totally agree. I think that side is definitely needed because, like you said, the perspective of, oh, you know, black shouldn't be treated that way. We know that. Like, don't talk about the obvious. You understand what I'm saying? We know the obvious. It's obvious. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But when, like you said, when you get to speak from a different perspective to give the quote unquote people that are being the judgmental ones, you give them that type of insight, it'll probably make them be like, wait, hold on. I can't talk too fast because you know what? There's not a person of color that's saying this. There's somebody that look like me.
Exactly.
And they may listen. Yeah, they're gonna listen to you more. They're gonna want to listen. They're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck you gotta say? Now I want to listen to what the fuck you gotta say.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck this dude talking about like right now? Like, he might be saying some shit. Like, I gotta listen to him. You know, so I think that's really dope. I totally commend you on that. So, and like I said, I commend you on doing the post too because not only are you getting into people's minds, like you said, but you're also interacting with your followers, you know, and people who are fans of your music and you. And this is something that I constantly encourage and tell artists, like, even if we weren't doing, you know, going through this pandemic, like, communicate, you know, establish like little relationships between your fans and people that are following you and liking your music and sharing your music and shit like that. You know, it's not only about just posting and making motherfuckers share your shit or tagging a bunch of people. That's not going to get you nowhere. You know, you want to be able to channel into people in all different angles and aspects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Like they've really been reaching out on those posts and me.
Yeah, I know. I see you just blowing up. I know.
Yeah,
like one of them had like you know that, right?
Yeah, like one of them had like 600 comments, and then like
that's
when
what I'm saying.
At work
if I comment on one, I'm screwed because now my notifications are cool. You're killing my fucking battery, right? It's your fault, goddammit.
Yeah, I mean, and they love it though. It's like, you know, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying I'm a therapist, but
no, it brings up but it draws a conversation that needs to be had. You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
There's a lot of conversations that need to be touched, and they're not because of stigmas, you know what I'm saying? Or people being ashamed, or, you know, me feeling how you're gonna feel when I tell you what I'm gonna tell you, because I feel like you're gonna kick me down or be judgmental about whatever I'm gonna say. So it's good to have these conversations. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a lot to do with mental health. You know, like I'm really big on that. You know, being an artist, we do go through a lot. You know, like I didn't realize that. I started watching documentaries on other artists, and like even like Big Sean, you know, he was going through a really depressive time at one point. And so I didn't feel as much as alone as I did at that point, because we do go through a lot. You know, we go through so many different emotions at one time as artists, and that's how we make our music. You know, that's how we create gold.
Yeah.
You know, and it just all works out. And I'm really that's our way of having therapy. Let's put it that way.
Right.
You know, stepping into that booth, getting on the microphone, and letting the world hear what we got to say.
Right. Yeah.
That's how it is. That's my
hold on. I have to interject.
Go ahead.
Although you're 1,000% correct, that doesn't necessarily means it applies to every artist, because you see, your music is about substance. You have messages. You're speaking to people. You understand what I'm saying? You have relatable music. You have music that'll touch people, and you know, like, so that in that sense, yeah, like 100%. But on the flip side, like, let's be real. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yes, I agree with your opinion totally.
Yeah,
but
I mean, of course. Like,
with limits.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the great thing about it all. Like, when you create something, there's so much controversy on Like, for instance, with Out of My Mind, I had so many people reach out to me like, I can't believe you said that.
Yo,
like, it was something.
That joint is dope. I already heard it like 3 times, by the way.
Yeah. And then the video to go along with it, you know, I shot the video, and it was crazy because we shot the video back in like August or October. No, it was August, and we were gonna drop it for Halloween, but then it just wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready, and I'm kind of glad I waited, you know, because everybody's kind of losing their mind anyway, you know, during this pandemic, being inside all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely right for this type of time.
It's ready. It was like, okay. But, you know, I said in there, people were like, you're such an asshole. I can't believe you said that. And I'm like, so, you heard it. I mean, give me something to talk about.
Those are the ones that I say they got their panties in a bunch. That's all I say. I mean, like, just pull the panties out a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
No, but that's definitely a dope joint. You want to introduce this so we get into that real quick?
Yeah, definitely. This is Out of My Mind by Copyright, produced by Kato on the track.
Yeah, let's get it.
Kato on the track, yeah. I'm here for my therapy appointment.
Oh, you must be copyright.
Just go right down the hall?
Yeah, right down the hall, right there. He'll
All
be
right,
right
appreciate
there.
that. Good morning and salutations. I'm here for my psych evaluation. Okay, tell me what you been thinking. Tell me if this shit even makes sense. I got some fake friends locked in my basement that are all adjacent because space is faking. Got them all replaced. Make some accusations. Can someone please help me with this patient? Put an octagon inside the octomom so each kid has a corner that a problem solve. Drop atomic bomb in a fucking prom so I can see them fly with the entourage. Then I sabotage the whole Comic-Con. Dressed up as a cop with a condom on so I can scream and fuck. Not at all, I got postpartum. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? I wanna be part of a team, but not the type of one to push dice and they scared to fight because the pussy clean. Truthfully, and take the roofies me, and beats me brutally and humanly. That bullshit's fluidly. When I speak in German like eulogy, oh my god, what they do to me, man. Fuck if you can't, man. Take a hike, fucking go camping. I'm revamping as the last man standing. I'm preparing for a crash landing with Nick Cannon. Cause I'm on an out, never both stranded. Get them in a panic, brought back to life as a white guy named Brandon. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my fucking mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my fucking mind. I'm just so out of my fucking mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my mind.
Beat is dope too.
I'm so out of my fucking mind. But my brain's lacking.
I heard it.
Hey, don't interrupt my song. Don't be interrupting my song. Chill.
I dress up and lay in a casket. I fake my death and it's a great talent. Every time I get hoes, I'm a big magnet and I still curve hoes in a straight jacket. Crash cars in the garbage bins and then I go and blame it on retarded kids. Clark Casey, Anthony, and Tyler Pin. Track suicide with Harley Quinn. Stole a box of fucking bobby pins. Shove them straight into my eyelids. Drink vodka till my body cleanse. Shit, man. Oh my god, he's sick. I believe that's defamation. My reputation's like insulation. I cover shit before I have to face it. My expectations are fucking basic, but I got it covered like a fucking latex. To the kind of bust that was back to faces. With the way I act, there's no explanation. Don't debate me when my flow is lazy, but it's so amazing that I know I'm crazy, but it won't escape me. And I'm hoping maybe that I'm showing safety, but I'm mostly faking. I'm only making what I owe to Shady to show I'm zany that I'm growing lately. White boys are so overrated. Fuck first in the class, this is only JV. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my fucking mind. I'm just so out of my fucking mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my fucking mind. I'm just so out of my mind, out of my mind. I'm so out of my fucking mind, fucking mind. Yo, I gotta get it together. I gotta get it together, yeah. I gotta get it together. Calm down, sir. Listen. You gotta get this shit together. I'm out of my fucking mind.
And why were they critiquing her?
Certain things I said, like when I said, but not the type with the butch dykes that ain't scared to fight because they're pussy clean, you know, shit like that. You know, like I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it's
That's some
like,
funny shit for me. I'm sorry. That's
yeah.
just
I mean, it was funny. Like there was things I put in there. Like I don't know. They weren't feeling it sometimes, and I was like, well, I mean, y'all listen to people talk about popping Zans and fucking bitches and all kind of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so why can't I say that? And that's when it is what it is. I don't care.
well, like I
That's
told
what,
this 11-year-old little boy that I was reviewing his music last week because he's like he was really like discouraged, like he was scared to do music because he was afraid of what people thought. I said,
yeah,
if you get one or two people that don't like it, you're gonna get 10 times more that's gonna like it. So, same goes for you. Your music is not gonna be for everybody, and that's totally fucking fine.
yeah, yeah.
And that's
I mean,
people,
if you don't,
and that's just because people don't understand your music. That's people who don't understand
yeah,
lyrics.
yeah,
That they enjoy the beat. You understand what I'm saying? Those are people that just enjoy beats off of music and shit like that. There's
yeah.
levels
You
to
got to
it,
be
man.
able to take criticism. Like that's a big part of
Yeah.
music is criticism. You
Mm-hmm.
got to find like what's your audience, what's your target, your niche, and so then you can kind of build off of that. And that is one thing
Right.
I have had trouble with. Like I'm a lyricist at heart, but I enjoy making other things too. Like I got an EDM record. I'm working on a reggae track. I just like to
Really?
do it all.
Oh, nice. Would you ever
Yeah,
do
EDM
concerts?
track. A lot of people liked it. They were like, it had me fist pumping in my house. They were this and
You know who you should tap into?
oh,
Japan. Japan.
I was thinking about that.
Japan.
I got a friend of mine
I
who
could
goes
connect you with two artists that I know from Japan. This one guy. His name is for I don't even want to say it because I don't want to butcher his name, but I'm gonna get you his name. But he's popping. He did a song with Beanie Man.
oh wow.
Yeah, he's really fucking trending. So I think you should tap into that. That'll be really dope. That'll be really dope.
The international
That's where you'll be winning. You crazy? You'll blow up. You will blow up overseas immediately before anything happens out here. I
so
believe. Take a flight, get a passport, go to Japan, stay out there for a month. You'll come back a millionaire. And then
I'm
I could be
telling
like,
you,
I told you so, and then
I'm
all
gonna
you
be
gotta do
out
is buy me a taco, and we cool.
there. Hey, I'm just saying, I'm always in New York. Yeah, so not at this point, but yeah.
So you opened up for Nas. How was that? Oh
That
my God.
was phenomenal. Like
I couldn't imagine. Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, how did you even land that opportunity?
it's funny because I was in Jessup, Georgia, which is smaller than Brunswick. That's the backwoods. But they have a federal correction facility out there.
Okay.
And I was at the gas station and I ended up running into somebody that was in the industry. They just got out. Like it was just my luck. Like I just ran into him at the gas station. He was like, "What you over there playing?" And I was like, "Oh, this is my stuff." "Oh, word? That's nice. You got a business card, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Yeah, I got a fly." And then it ended up being, you might know him. He's in New York. He used to help manage Murder Inc. Cal Dawson.
The name sounds
And
familiar.
yeah, and so I linked up with him. And then that February, it was CIAA weekend in Charlotte. And it was the greatest time. He was like, "Yo, you got Nas coming out there, DJ Envy." And we had special ed. And I was like, "I'm down." Of course you got to pay. That's fine. I paid because that
Yeah,
was
but you
worth
know
it.
what? For names like that, come
Exactly.
on,
I paid for
come on.
that. So we get there, or I get there. I drove by myself. I had a shitty car. I had a 95 Grand Marquis.
Did you have your $9 microphone?
Huh?
Did you have your
Hey,
$9
listen.
microphone?
It was worse. I had no heat. It was cold. I had no heat.
Oh my gosh.
One window was in the car. Then it was raining. And then I was like, "Yeah." And it was an 8-hour trip.
Oh my
But
God.
I got the center stage. And I checked in and they were like, it was with Black Diamond Entertainment. And then they said, "Oh, your copyright, come this way. Pick 3 bottles you want." I said, "Okay." I picked the 3 bottles. Then you go to the next room. "All right, pick which 2 girls you want to escort you and sit with you at the table all night." I was like,
Well, goddamn. Shit.
I'm glad I got there early because I might have got stuck with Last Choice. I don't know about that. And then I ended up sharing a booth.
Taquisha would have been your arm candy.
Right? What did my friend say yesterday? Bonquisha. I was like, no.
Bonquisha, right? Bonquisha.
And I ended up sharing a booth with, this is before he came out about it, but I shared a booth with Dwight Howard.
Oh, nice.
And so then that night I got up there and I actually got some words tattooed on my arm from the song that he did for his mom called Dance. And I got it in respect for my mother. And so when I was up there and I was meeting Nas, and he was like, yo, man, that was some good shit. I was like, you inspire me. I write all the time. And I was like, I even got your lyrics tattooed on the inside of my arm from my mom. And then he was like, oh, that's dope. When did your mom pass? And I was like, back in April. He was like, that's odd, mine too. And then so we realized the dates were so close.
Wow.
And I was like,
you're making my hair stand up right now.
Like it was real dope, to meet somebody like that. And then that was the first time I met him. I ended up meeting him a year later at A3C in Atlanta.
Did he remember you?
So it was him, Dave East, because Dave East had took Ghostface Killer's spot. And because Ghostface got sick. And I was supposed to meet Ghostface twice. And I haven't. I was like, damn. But I mean, it was a great event. Yeah, it will. Like A3C, I suggest any artist that's really serious, that's something you want to go to. It's a 5-day festival, 3 days. It's like a music conference where you learn about music. You have people that's in the industry come and they teach you about it. Like we had an Instagram masterclass. We had a beat making session with Zaytoven.
Oh, wow.
I was in there sitting down with DJ Drama and Don Cannon. I sat with Karen Civil in there.
Losing his connection. You there?
We met Angela Yee. I mean, it was so many people for those 3 days that you just learn about the industry, and then the last 2 days, you just get to turn up and party at the festival. It was insane, and you got Swisher Sweets out there. They got their whole truck. You get to do karaoke with the Swisher Sweet girls. They were giving away $1,000 every hour on that Saturday.
Oh wow!
So you just sign your name in, and then they pick a random name.
Yeah. Shit.
So it was a great experience.
Yeah, that's dope. Listen, that's dope to have on your resume. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
That's something that I would personally say you could fucking brag about. You know what I mean? Because that's dope.
And that's what I try to. That's one thing. A lot of artists, they want to brag about certain people that they opened up for. Like there's that one trap artist people was bragging about in my city, Glock 9. I was like, I don't give a fuck about Glock 9.
I never heard of him. Glock 9?
I didn't need it until they said it. So but to me, I just like to remain humble, at a certain point.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, in certain situations, you deserve and you have a right.
Yeah.
You talking about? I mean, Nas is one of my favorite rappers. He's legendary.
Exactly.
Here we are, 20 years later, and he's still
at it.
He still got it. Yeah, he could come out, he could drop an album right now, and it'll be madness. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to be able to say that you opened up for somebody like that, fuck yeah, brag. Fuck brag. Fuck that.
Yeah. What is it? When he was at A3C, because he made so much music over the years, in the middle of his song, he goes, in front of all these people, he goes, damn, I forgot my own lyrics. And I was like, oh, shit.
That's crazy.
I mean, but it's understandable, he's got so
got a large catalog that he does, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't gonna lie, I'd forget my shit too. I would.
Yeah, and especially if you're doing an old track from like I said, almost 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
It was an old track. I didn't even know that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know it. I was like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, he just threw his hands up. He was like, anybody know this? Want to help me out? I was like, damn, don't send me that song.
Go on Google lyrics real quick.
We'd have been karaoke in that shit together. I don't know.
I know, right? What are your plans once this all? What's the first thing you want to do once this is
Well,
all over?
I am
Or as
planning
they
a
say, is
video shoot in Cali right now. I'm trying to get everything together, and that's for the record I have with Crooked Eye. You know, I've went on Peer Space and tried to find these different venues and film shoots where you can do stuff at. I found some dope spots, and it's just trying to plan it all together because I know Crooked Eye, he's busy a lot. You know, he's real busy,
right.
and he's
What
just
part of
like
California?
he's gonna be in LA, right in
Oh,
LA, like so. And it sucks because it's like you don't know when they're gonna open back up right now.
yeah, I know.
LA is so
Everything is in
borderline.
limbo. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I heard they weren't gonna open back up till August. So, I mean, even just for right now in Georgia, which I feel like we shouldn't have been open yet due to Atlanta. But even right now, in like 3 weeks, I got to go to an award show. I got nominated for Artist of the Year, and so appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going up against some pretty detailed artists, you know, and then also right now I'm working with a producer. Can't say his name yet, but he's a platinum producer, and he heard my music, you know, brought me into Atlanta, and I met him, and we went to his studio, and he was like, I want you to play your whole EP. He heard 2 songs. He's like, I want you to play the whole thing now. So I played the whole thing. He was like, where you been? He was like, why aren't you signed yet? I was like, well, honestly, you know, with the whole signing thing, I'm not too big on that. You know,
you'd rather stay independent?
Yeah, because I mean, you have to really look at all the odds and ends of things. Like, for example, when you go into signing, you have to. It depends on what kind of deal you got on the table. Then you got to pay their booking manager. Then you got to pay their manager that's separate from their booking manager. Then their stylist and all kind of stuff. And that's why I tell artists all the time, make sure you do your research.
Oh man, he cut out right when he was about to get into the good stuff. I don't think he realizes when he cuts out. But hold on, he's gonna get.
It's a lot, you know. It's a lot that you have to really think about, especially if you want to keep all your revenue.
Yeah, you gotta. They think that it's just about just making music and that's it. They don't want to learn They think that they don't have to learn the inside things of it. But I feel like you have an upper hand when you do. You know what I mean? And because you know nobody can pull a fast one on you. Like if let's say I portray myself to be a manager, I'm like, yo, Copyright, you know, I want a manager and shit. And then out of nowhere I come out and I start extorting you, and you don't even have a fucking clue. Because I'm still in your head like, yo, I got you this deal and this. You know, I'm making you believe one thing, and mind you, I'm pocketing all this shit that should have been in your goddamn pocket. So it's good to just know and do your own due diligence, and you know, just for your own safety. And like you said, if you want to be, you know, hold all your residuals for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, I have a manager now, and she's been doing a great job. I ain't gonna lie. You know, keep up with me. I'm a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
it's not just you. It's all. And I mean that. Look, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly, I mean that. See, even your daughter understands because she just chimed in out of nowhere. She gets me. She feels me.
Sit with me.
She feels my pain. Hi, baby girl. Hi, pretty girl. We could conversate with you. It's cool.
I'm telling you. Okay. But yeah, it's, you know, having management, you know, she's been taking care of a lot of things on the back end, like paperwork and making sure, you know, pretty much I don't get screwed over. You know, and because there's a lot of people out there that scam, you know, and doing the proper research. Like we both put our heads together and we do the research together, and we see if it makes sense. Like recently, I won't say who because I don't like bashing people like that. I will if I get mad. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm that type of person. Like,
you know, it's no filter radio. If you want to do it here publicly, yo, the floor is yours.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I can't remember his name. Honestly, I think it was like Steve something. But he reached out. Huh?
We'll find him.
Yeah, right.
I'm like Sherlock Holmes, so we find him.
He found me on Instagram because he was looking for some lyricists, and he's putting together a big project called Back to Bars, and It had Mickey Fax, Ren Thomas on it, Black Thought,
Oh wow.
And Mad Squabbles from Brooklyn, a lot of them. And then he was like, I want you to get on this track with Mad Squabbles and this other artist that I can't even remember his name. He was so shitty I couldn't remember his name.
Damn.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, he was real shitty. Like I was like, my God, who is this guy? And he was like, well, he's from Wyoming. I was like, who the fuck raps from Wyoming? Like, I don't even know any rappers.
I was just about to say that shit. I never heard of a rapper from Wyoming.
And he was like, yeah, I want you to get on this thing with Mad Squabbles. Now, if he would have did his research, he would know that, you know, I've been up with Mad Squabbles because I was in the Team Backpack Cypher 2 years ago. And then also I did 3 features with Ren Thomas, and I did one with Mickey Fax also. It was nothing for me to pick up the phone and be like, hey, yo, what's good with this guy?
Yeah. And to fact check him. I do that all the time. I fact check people all the time.
Well, then they were like, yo, he's a good dude, you know, blah, blah, blah. I say, well, how much did y'all get paid? They told me. And so me and my manager laid it on the table. Then he goes, oh, that's out of my budget. I was like, well, you paid for these guys and you came and addressed me. So, and it went from, you know, because I even tried to settle with him. I was like, you know, I've got these features under my belt. I've been doing stuff. I said, okay, I'll level with you. We'll do $250 for a verse. Sounds fair. And I know he paid these guys at least $700-800 a piece.
Who are they?
They're
paying that amount of money.
I mean, they've done some stuff. I will say that. I mean, they are in a bigger tier than me. I will admit that. You know, I don't never have a problem admitting that. But I was like, you know, $250. You know, at least I can have some money in my pocket. Plus, I gotta drive an hour to the studio because I go out of state to go to the studio now.
Oh, okay.
And pay for my studio time. Then at the end of it all, he finally gets down to it. He goes, okay, here's my proposition. $100 and I own it all. You don't have any rights to your verse. I said, fuck out of here.
The hell is he smoking?
Out of here, man. Like, I was like, yo.
That's crazy.
No, I was like, I'm sorry.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why you know the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like he must have thought I didn't know shit. And I was just like, I've been in this shit for a while now, man. I've ran across people like you. And not only that, like, I ain't gonna lie, I really wanted to do that feature with Squabbles. But I called Squabbles myself, and then we started talking. And I was like, I would love to do this with you, but for that price, fuck no. No, like, you're not owning my shit and not paying the full price for a verse. No.
Yeah, for real.
So it is what it is. I mean, but like I said, I mean, I already got those joints with Ren Thomas and Mickey Fax, you know, working with Snipe Life from D Block, you know, being in tune with him and Styles P. So I mean, it's like I'm supposed to be up in New York or in the northern area, you know. I love it out there. I hear that a lot. I do.
You do. That's why I said if I would have never read up on you, I would have never thought that you were from Georgia, like originally from Georgia. I'm still waiting for the finna. I ain't get it yet. We've been talking for almost 45 minutes. But can I get a finna? Like so?
I mean, it's just I love it up there. You know, I love, man, the food. I just like the environment out there. You know, it's so culturally diverse, and it's like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you can't go up there with a Southern hospitality and say you hate everybody you see, and you know, I know that.
What food is New York famous for? Let me see how well you know.
Shit, there's a whole bunch. You mean, honestly, if you think about it, you know, like,
is one particular food that New York is famous for. Like, we trump when it comes to this particular food. I'll give you
honestly,
3 tries.
It's between two. It's between two things to me.
What?
And that's pizza.
Yes, that's it. Ding, 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 ding.
And yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie, you know, like I go up there to one spot off of Myrtle Ave in Brooklyn, you know.
Hell yeah. Oh, I lost him again. See, he starts talking about pizza and the internet goes crazy.
The Chinese food is different too. I ain't gonna lie. It's different.
Yeah. They're putting something in that shit. which will make people come back and back and back and back. They putting something in that shit, yo. You see how fucking people. You see how that's what people are talking about during the fucking pandemic, right? When the Chinese restaurants open, who the fuck is thinking about Chinese food during the goddamn pandemic? The fuck? Make some fucking chicken nuggets. The fuck? Call it a goddamn day.
Get that and get some soy sauce right from the store.
For real. You know, just picture that shit in your mind and close your eyes while you're eating.
Hey, I seen a girl eating ramen noodles with chopsticks the other day.
Wait, you can though.
I know, but ramen noodles.
Oh no, wait. You know why? Yeah, they do that. I used to work with Asians. They do that because you know what? Which is really fucking weird. They eat the noodles first and then they drink the goddamn broth. Who does that shit, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. I do. I drink the broth. I ain't gonna lie. I drink the broth, yo. Like I
drink the broth too, but they eat the noodles first. Like they don't touch the broth. They just, like you said, with the chopsticks. They'll fuck the noodles up, and then afterwards they chunk in the goddamn broth like it's juice. I'm like, son.
Nah. I don't know about all that.
I could scoop and sip like that. I could do that, you know. So tell everybody how they can find you. And I want to get into this next joint too. I got that joint too with Snipe Life.
Yeah, I love that one.
That's the one you sent me. You sent me 3 joints, yeah.
Yeah. That you can find me everywhere. Right where it says underneath my name, underneath my face, at The Real Copyright. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And how my name is spelled, make sure you don't put a space in between that right. That copy and that right.
Dash. No dash.
Yeah. And then you can find me on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. I'm all there. I'm on everywhere. You could Google me with my name like that, and I'm the first thing that pops up.
Oh yeah, that's how you know it's real. I tell people the same thing. Yeah. It's so funny too because I'll be like, you're not legit if I can't search you. Like if I search you and I have to scroll to like the 3rd page and then you're there, I'm like, you're not active. Yeah. You're fake news. Nah. So where'd you get the name Copyright from? Like, how did that come about?
I ain't gonna lie. I went through a lot of names at first, and then I wanted something that's gonna be creative and original. And so I was like, okay, I want something that's gonna be like my idea. This is how I looked at it. I want to be my own idea. Nobody can do what I do, how my creative mind is and how it works. And I was like, okay, so when you have something, when you have an idea and you don't want anybody to take that, you know, or use it, what do? You get it copyrighted. Yeah. And it just came in. So then I wrote the name like 12 different times and I went through all the names and I picked the one that looked the best. And this was before I didn't even know there was a copyright on the West Coast. I didn't know that.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a white dude named Copyright, and he's been in the game for a while. And I didn't know that. And I was like, you know, a lot of people, when they see me on Instagram, like I was getting into it with one of them cats from Love and Hip Hop New York, Saragon or whatever the hell his name is. I forgot his name. That's how much I give a shit. And we got into it on Instagram. We was going back and forth, and he called me a pheasant. And I was like, bro, does Jadakiss know you using that? Like, he's like, Jadakiss said I could use it. I said, how much you want to bet? I bet you I can call his people right now. Like, we were just going back and forth. And so he decided to tag that other copyright since mine says The Real Copyright. So they're trying to make it seem like, you know, I gotta, like, hey, I'm the official one. You're not. I'm like,
being mad petty. Yeah.
I mean, if we want to do that, we could do that. You know, we could do a versus battle, copyright versus copyright. I'm just saying.
Right? You know? And see which one gets knocked out, for real. Nah, but that's clever. Like, the reason why you did that. And I understand you when you said you wrote the name down like 50,000 times. I get it.
Yeah. That's why I went with it. Now people either call me Copy or they call me Right. And they don't never do the whole thing anymore. It's just like, I got so many people, yo, Copy.
You know what you gotta do? You ever watch Boondocks?
Yeah.
You gotta say it's like a pimp named Slickback. You gotta say the whole goddamn motherfucking name, bitch. Fuck.
What was that? How high?
You should have that snippet, yo. You should have that snippet in your phone. Listen to me carefully. Seriously, have that snippet in your phone. Every time somebody fucking sabotages your name, fucking play, bitch. You hear this shit? Say the motherfucking name right, goddammit.
I might have to do that. I might have to do that.
That's threatening them, but you're not putting hands on them. You're like verbally threatening them. But it's not even you. It's fucking Boondocks.
It's somebody else.
Somebody else. So it all works out. Yo, you're dope. Your music is dope. I'm really, really feeling that joint, that Out of Mind joint.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's definitely fire for real. So I don't know what the fuck people talk about, but screw them.
They'll get over it. They'll be fine.
They can kick rocks. It's okay.
Yeah. No side.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know. Once this whole thing is over and you come out to New York, we can have a much more formal sit down and interview.
Yeah, definitely. We're planning on it real soon, so I'll be out there soon and make a couple plays out there while I'm out there. So I'll be out there for sure. I'll make sure I hit you up when I go out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, keep up with this great music. Keep sending it to me. Keep that dope vibe. Keep them posts coming in the morning because I certainly enjoy them. Like now, I honestly look forward to like your question in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck is he gonna ask today? And then when you ask your questions, I'm like, no, seriously. When I be seeing your posts, I'm like, yo, that's a good conversation to have. You understand what I'm saying? It's just good conversations, good conversation starters. That's what they're actually called. You know what I mean?
I hope we can put it together one day and probably get people involved with it, you know, actually involved and do a video with it, you know, like people coming out with their confessions or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I've been actually trying to do myself. But I feel like I said earlier, I feel like people are just they're afraid, you know, and then, you know, with social media, you know, you see people, you see celebrities, if one little minor thing happens, like, social media got no fucking chill, like no chill whatsoever. So I feel like that, you know, prevents people from wanting to. As much as they want to, it just prevents them from wanting to. And it's unfortunate, but I feel like, you know, people like yourself, if you keep doing that and hopefully encourage them, it'll hopefully, you know, give them a little bit more strength or courage to just come out and speak. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, it starts with one. It starts with one, you know. So if you tap into one person, you're doing something. You know what I mean? So, but I appreciate you jumping on my live. Shout out to your baby girl, Lyric, making her debut.
Yeah, I don't even know.
We always welcome back her. Nah.
How old is she? She's 3 now. She's about to be 3.
God.
She'll be 3
in left them terrible twos.
Oh my God.
Listen, it only gets better. How old is your son again?
He's 10. She beats the shit out of him too. Like,
good. I'm glad. Little one's got to regulate a little bit. You know what I mean?
Teach him what he wants.
Listen, you're gonna have fun. Kids are dope. Your son is gonna only get better with him as he gets older. You know, like I said, I got a almost 18-year-old, and you know, just the experience is freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Being a parent is awesome. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad I had him when I was young, so I can keep up with him.
Yeah, they teach you. Your kids teach you a lot of things. You know, you learn a lot from your kids, and if you're not learning from your kids, then
while you're molding them, they mold you in the same way also. So
yeah, absolutely, without a doubt, and they should mold you into being a better person too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, they definitely did. For my son, that's a whole nother combo.
They shake the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, what they say down south, that whippersnapper.
I don't know. I haven't heard that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hang out with these country ass people down here like that. You know, I don't. They do these bonfires and all this shit. I don't do all that. You know.
Yeah. Yo, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. Keep in touch. I'll be on your post tomorrow with whatever question you got for the world. And
I'll be there.
Keep inspiring, man. Don't stop. Don't stop doing it because, like I said, it's good, especially during this downtime. It allows people to talk, and you know, everybody's cooped up inside. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely, I know, I enjoy it. So if I enjoy it, I know other people enjoy it too. So especially if you get fucking 600 goddamn comments, hello.
All that shit.
You're killing my batteries. I know you're killing like 600 other people's batteries too. He looked like he's looking up to the sky, like But yeah, so shout out to Copyright. Thank you so much again. You stay safe.
Yeah, appreciate y'all having me also. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. You stay safe, your family stay safe, and stay healthy and all that good stuff. I'm gonna get into your joint. What's that joint called? No.
Everybody.
Hold on. Everybody. I'm gonna get into this right now.
Man, fuck all that Marcus. Drinking lean, skinny jeans, and colored hair wearing my brothers. Everybody trying to be a number one. Now everybody wanna be a rapper. Most of y'all don't have what it takes. I got the factors. Skinny jeans, colored hair, man, that shit is backwards. Now everybody wanna be a rapper. Man, I'm sick of all these rappers wearing double standards. Baby clothes wearing fuckers with some shitty pampers. Georgia rapper killing flows with a country grammar. Put nails in coffins, leave them touch with an MC hammer. A lot of these rappers are trash and I can see the maggots. They say I got the drive to make it, they just fucking trapping. But what you care is I don't wanna embarrass you. I've been a bandwagon, I'm killing with some silly rabbits. But what's a man to a guy though? I won't lie, that's a hard pill to swallow. I got them Escobars, call me Pablo. I'm coming for heads like a horseman in Sleepy Hollow. Mumble rappers at the top of my shit list. And anyone that tried to change the culture of business. These other white rappers are bypasses. Red dot to their muffin top, turn them into a little biscuit. Now everybody wanna be a rapper. Most of y'all don't have what it takes to kind of factors. Skinny jeans, colored hair, man, that shit is backwards. Now everybody wanna be a rapper. Yo, niggas know the chapter. First line, burn a slack, give it to them D-block style when I murder shit. Used to take turns on the shift with the burner lit. Gun in the stove, you either smoke or you serving it. The corny ass rappers in the game ain't learning it. It's funny cause the money made it worse, how they turning it. All these tight jeans and these gimmicks ain't concerned with it. We just get the endless balls, scars that be permanent. From the city of the rotten apple with the worm in it. Niggas claim king and want the crown but never earning it. Four pipes swerving it, broken through the third lane. Dope fiends hit the arm, looking for that third vein. Niggas dreaming up with dirt change, that's the worst came. The coats and the t-shirts, how you think the merch came? Got it off the plane to the train to the crack spot. Copyright everything and still let the gap pop. Now everybody wanna be a rapper. Most of y'all don't have what it takes to buy the factors. Skinny jeans, colored hair, man, that shit is backwards. Now everybody wanna be a rapper. Yeah, as I utter the verse, I wonder how these fools is mumbling words. They saying anything for the money and clothes. I'm confused. None of this is funny, it hurts. It's the lean probably slowing them down. And it's messing up their speech, trying to flow with a style. I've been listening to beats and I'm noticing how some of these niggas can't speak that you go on and tell. See, I remember when Bone did it, nigga, it sounded better. Now these clone niggas can't put a noun together. Sound like they can't swim, so they drown forever while they trying to rap. See, man, this the wildest era. My style is clever.
People were pissed off at this song?
Funny that word mick is a mimic. Y'all feeling that, but they keep it serious. The art.
They were mad about this shit too.
Sure. If I was an artist, I'd be mad at you. I'd be sending you hate mail. I'll be sending you anonymous hate mail.
I'm sure I got them somewhere. I got a lot of rap beef here.
Y'all all went in. Like, y'all ain't had no chill on this journey at all.
My style was handcrafted, yours was store bought. They bolted the game to keep us out. I tore the door off. Keep the designer fabrics for those who need reassurance. You better take a look inside yourself like leading surgeons. Give me the verdict. I can't believe I heard it. I should be doing triple life for all the beats I murdered. I'm writing 30 verses on your sternum and cursive. Tory Hoffa blade to make sure the wording is perfect. Balls deep in the virgin while she's screaming it's hurting. 9 months later the world ends as a demon emerges. Still win. Now everybody wanna be a rapper. Most of y'all don't have what it takes to buy the factors. Skinny jeans, colored hair, man, that shit is backwards. Now everybody wanna be a rapper.
That was like the DJ Khaled version of bars.
Nah, that joke was definitely hot. That was very savage, like, that was savage mode.
Yeah, they definitely hated that last bar I had. That what was it? These other white rappers are bypassers. Red dot to their muffin top, turn them into a limp biscuit. They didn't catch it. Some people didn't catch it, but when I was saying turn a muffin top into a limp biscuit, I was talking about the white rapper. They were like, "The fuck, man? What'd he do? Everything. He did everything. He fucked it all up."
Too funny. Nah, that joint is dope though. And by the way, I'm adding those joints into my rotation too, so I need some more music. Yeah, man, you already know.
A lot of people said Snipe sounds like Jadakiss.
He does. For a moment, I literally looked, and I kid you not, I looked at my freaking laptop because I'm on 2 laptops. I looked at my other laptop to look at the name, and I'm like, I don't see that name there. But he does sound like him.
Yeah, that's why I said he's coached by them. You know, he's with D Block. You know,
I kind of said you sounded like Eminem a little bit. Did you ever get that?
Nah, like I've heard other things. Like now, lyrically, you know, should I say yes? I've heard it.
Like in Out of Control, I heard it. Like I felt like I heard, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's they say I definitely like I've been influenced by him by some of the stuff I say. It's that I don't give a fuck attitude.
Yeah, I get that definitely. Mm-hmm.
Like, which is fine. Like I don't care. Like I mean, I'll go bar for bar with a lot of people. You know, I mean, you win some, you lose some. I don't give a shit. Y'all gonna know I was there. Like I was.
Yeah, for real. You showed up.
Yeah, I've had some rap beef. You know, I've dropped a couple diss tracks in my time. So.
Such as the one we just heard, sir.
No. I've said some more shit. So I've said some really fucked up shit.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, it comes with the whole territory. So fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, oh,
you're speaking your truth. You know what I mean? So can't be mad at that.
Yeah. Some people try to come at me because they're like, oh, he's that. Damn, that shit was bright. Woo! I'm fucking with this thing, but kind of threw me off. But you know, they try to do it because they know I'm that top lyricist a lot, and so they want to try to take me out. And I'm like, y'all don't realize, like, I get fueled off of being pissed off. Like, I used to start arguments with my dad just because I know he gets under my skin. Like I just walk in one day, I'm like, yo, fuck you. Like, what do you want to say?
Oh my God. Oh my God. I would have been on we would have been on this show right now if I would have said that. There would be no filter radio at all if I attempted that shit.
Well, I mean,
my parents are Puerto Rican. The motherfuckers are crazy.
Oh, well, like I said, my dad's from Iran. You know, I've heard some stories about my family.
Oh my, he didn't kill you? Why are you still alive?
Nah. Because I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, there's no filter. I'm gonna say, you know, my dad's a pussy. You know, like
oh my God, no.
Like he didn't raise me. He didn't raise me, yo. Like when I tell you, I was raised by the culture. I was raised by the culture. Like my mom, she married a black guy when I was like 7, 8 years old, and like he taught me a lot of shit. You know, and he really did. You know, to this day, we're still cool. Like we go out to the bar and catch drinks together. Like that's just how it is. You know, like when I tell you I was in the culture, he was the one that introduced me to hip hop. The first artist I ever heard was Bone Thugs.
Nice.
That was the first one. And then he introduced me to a little bit of that Southern shit. He started getting me on Trick Daddy. And then that's when I was like, okay, let me go Google and see who else there is.
You started seeing the difference between different artists.
Because you seen this white guy? Here, he's on MTV. That's when they used to play videos. And it was M. It was Eminem. And I was like, that's dope. So I from there on out, you know, it just carried on.
That's dope. Well, you definitely got a story. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
you definitely do. And I can't wait to hear more of it too. So you know,
I'm telling you, it's a lot. So
we'll be here for it. Don't worry. But yeah, man, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Tuesday? Oh,
yep, Tuesday.
Track off for days, my goodness. Yeah, but enjoy your week. You know, like I said, stay safe, stay healthy. Shout out to your daughter. She's so beautiful.
Thank you. I put in all the hard work, you know what I'm saying?
Don't make me go on your page and check your bio and see who you're married to and send her a personal message and say, hey, watch this video. And then don't feed him for like a week.
Hey, I got ramen noodles.
You're not getting taken. You said ramen noodles? You better stop.
Chef Boyardee, and I got beef patties in the freezer.
Listen, ain't nothing like your wife's cooking, all right? Stop it. You know it. But yo, have a great night.
All right, thanks. Same to
I
you.
wish you nothing but success on your career in music because you're super dope and you're very talented.
Thank you.
Keep
Like
it
I
up.
said, I'll make sure I can send some people your way
Keep,
also.
yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that. Keep, having the naysayers look at you like, you know? Because, like I said, real people that understand music are going to understand your music and appreciate it. So that's all that.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, copyright, shout out to you. Appreciate you. Have a good night. And we'll talk.
Thanks.
All right. Peace, man. All right.
Bye.
All right, y'all. That was Copyright. Shout out to Copyright. Shout out to Theo. Shout out to both of them that chimed in today. That is my time for tonight. I actually went over my time tonight. But like I said, I hope everybody stays safe and stays healthy. Make sure you wash your hands. Slowly but surely, this time is coming to an end. Be patient. Better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, same time, same place next week, y'all. Peace.